What is going on? What do I do? I take everything or things that were created and I put a little perspective to them. I give them numbers, some simple things just for a better understanding. I have a rectangle. I can see because if I fold it in half, it's not square, or it's not square as it is. You can tell it's not square. If you measure it, squareness will give me a 45-degree angle. When it's not square, okay, you get a different angle from corner to corner. If you're measuring plywood, we're going to start in, that's a different story, which is explaining to us how things are done on this planet. Another thing is there's four sides, but there's a lot of sheets in between, and every sheet has four sides. Still, it'll take up 4 by 8 by so high, 3 parts of a dimension, 3 parts, okay, of this Rubik's Cube, because there are 3 opposite sides. This ball and this have something in common. When I put my 3 fingers here, okay, and I put my 3 fingers here, do you see the U's, the 2 U's come together? The 2 U's don't come together. They come together this way. That's how they fit. Our fingers don't come together this way, right? We can put them together actually equally this way, but we can't put them together this way without offsetting them. One pinky on the outside. So the pinky that's on the inside, the thumb will be on the outside. The thumb will be on the inside to the pinky on the outside. These are just what is actually happening. I'm looking for, or maybe I'm not looking for, but I believe that what I am doing is everything that has ever been created, so based on creation. So when I put my 3 fingers here and my 3 fingers here, my 1 thumb at the bottom, my other on the other side, so it's 1 and 9, it's 3 and 9, and then the pinkies move around. One goes with the thumb, the other goes on the other side. It is just what it is. There are 26 cubes. Every cube, if it was separated, would throw it out like bookends. This is condensed, like you get a package. Each side of this cube has 6 times 26. 6 times 26 equals to 120 and equals to 36, like 360 degrees. The total is 156, or 13 times 12, and we're going to call that the Bat Lady. Because once a girl becomes the age of 12 years, and when she was in this world, there were passing moons. Yeah, every month is a moon. Born on the moon, passing moons. So there's 13 moons, 12 years equals to 156. 1 and 5 for Mars, 5 and 1 equals to 6. 66 is the transformation, and 6 and 6 is freedom and woman. They both equate to 66. So let's make this go into the next level. What is the beta house? What is the beta house? This area over here. How does it come together? I fabricate one of these, and I take it, I put it over here. This one here, not this one here. This one here cuts the half-life. And I put one here. When I do that, it leaves me an empty space. And then there's 2 empty corners over here. When I close them off, I create the hexagon. But if you look, if I take my pen, I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's almost like I can take my pen and make it go like that. You see the angle? It's not flat. My pen's not flat. See what happens if it's flat? My pen ends up going like this. And that's how it fits through the 11th gate. See the way it looks like 11? But it's 55, but it's 11. The V in Roman numerals is 5. The passageway is your 11, or one part of a way of describing it. We do know that 6 and 5 is the only way to create 11 here, but there are 3 and 4 11s on this cube. If you take a look at this and you see 9 areas, opposite 9 areas, that's a total of 18. So now what we do is we have 9 areas and 9 areas, and I look at the number 4, so I'm going to scratch off 4 of 9 areas. And then I'm going to count there are 5 void. I'm going to flip that dice cube over, and I'm going to see 3 areas. And I'm going to see 3 and 3 void. If I use the 1 dot, I will have 8 void. surrounding 1. If I would use the 2 dot, I would have 7 void, and inside that 7, there would be that 1 dot. So the 1 dot in the 7 void divided by 3 and 3, right over here. That's what that 2 dots, that's the house of bait. B, let's call it the house of Bill, and let's call this the gate, the Bill gate. There's also something else I just lost in translation. It was a word. I think it's the word was rearrange and national. I'm going to have to go back, see rearrange and national again. So anyways, that's what happens to that design. What happens to that design is, here is my 313, 31, 13, 31 equals 75, 13, 31, 13 equals 57. Call this 25, call this 19. It is your gate. 5 and 2 is 7. And 1 and 9 equals to 10 equals to 1, 1 and 7. There's another 7 in here. I forget which equation that was. Besides 9 times 8, 9 plus 8 equals to 72 equals to 17. There's another one in here. We're not going to get into that. We're going to finish with this, and when we close it off here, that's where our hexagon comes in, and then our hexagon brings us in our cubic pass. So this is basic what I do. The next one, I can come in here and I can show you the 5. So if I have the 5 dot, I have the 4 void. And the reverse of the 5 is that 2 dot over here, 7 void. 2 dot, 7 void, number 74, that's right, energy. If it was 47, it would be time. It can also be cross and Jesus. Time, energy, Jesus. Or how about take me on a jet plane? 28, 29, 39, 43, 48. Ring, pole, like in flagpole. Let me see if I can drum this up. Flagpole. Buffaloes. Flag 26, pole 48. Jesus energy at time. Take me on a jet plane. Here's the American flag. We're going to talk about that also, just to not jump off of it. What is this? There's one over here. How many of these do we see in singular sets? How many of these do we see in the set of 9 all the way around? How we can move this one chip all the way around as a gearing system. And then I'm gonna change these for ABC this way, ABC this way. So this way you'll have 2 A's, right? And here also between the American flag we have the void. We're going to do sports teams. We're going to do sports divisions. Inside a national, I like to look at this like this. And when I see the N, I always think of 2. And then this is 10, and this is 2, like 102, like an agenda, 102. Or how about adding 1 over to 15 equals to 120? We're going to call this pool. Then we're going to add 1 over to 20 equals 210. And we're going to call this dart. So all the games that we play are going to tell us different numbers. If we go X, X, X in bowling, it's 30. Your next X or your fourth X for a total of 40 will actually give you 60. And it's the same thing as A, B, C equals to 6 plus D equals to 4. And these two equations will equal to 10 or 100, just because the equations say the same thing. And in bowling, Okay, your 3 strikes that go together, markup is 72. The reason for that is the 24th letter. 3 times 24. But it's the 10th in Roman numerals, so then it'll be 30. Now what happens is the 4th one, it becomes your mirror. So we bring it into 96. And then this one over here, we would bring over to 40. So 40 and 96, 136 or 56, just adding and minusing, trying to see what they're doing. The other thing is I want to talk about some sports. I want to talk about the way the divisions are lined up. I want to talk about the alphabet, what happens in the alphabet. I want to talk about T and G. They are the points of the pyramid. Both T and G, the 10th and the 7th and the 20th letter are the points of the pyramid. The difference in between is 13, and the same gearage is in your Mayan calendar count. Is there something here that I missed that I didn't write down? Let me go back over here. Categorize, right? If you take a look at gorilla, the word gorilla is also 74. The male and female fit. It is a male or a female. That's it. That's it. I don't care how you check, change, rearrange it. It doesn't matter to me. You're born with whatever it is, and if you want to change it after, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Can you turn a hose, male, into a female? The water passes through the hose. They call that instrument the male because through my hose, when the water passes, I got the male instrument. Now, so what is the female instrument? What is the male instrument? What is the female instrument? Just trying to understand all the instruments of life. Not me against you. Doesn't everybody want to know the same thing? The truth. Where are we? Where do we come from? How are things come to be? But you don't want to hear all my mumbo jumbo, the mathematics that explain a little bit deeper to what's going on, how they made this, how they made it turn, how much area space, how much did they have to keep carving off before it looked like the final product. It's not all pretty out there. Somebody asked me, why are you wearing that? I like to feel close to myself. It's almost like adding a little bit of extra memory. You know what I'm saying? I sort of feel like I'm holding on to it. The cat and the dog, what do they represent? Is it my eyes? They see better? Is it their ears? Is it the wolf? Is it the great big teeth? Better to chew away at things. What does a human have over an animal? Why were we created on the same day? Why did they talk about Adam and Eve? You see, if we talk about Adam and Eve, just inside the word, it already says left. Left is telling me blue because right is telling me red. If we put the two together, we warm them up, and we got a purple rainbow overhead. What do colors do? Colors on Rubik's Cube, colors at the horse races, colors in the casino. The most of what I've seen, because it's through my eyes, okay, through my eyes, and I'm hoping everybody saw in North America, in the major casinos, the 5 is red, the white is 1, and the 100 is black. But also in Canadian money, I don't know if anybody else has the same Canadian money as me, but the 100 is brown, the 10 is purple, the 5 is blue, and the 1, okay, is green, and the 2 is brown. So we have the 100, the 50, the 20, the 10, the 5, the 2, and the 1. It's not what we have, right? It's not what we don't have, what we had. And in the casino chips, it's the 100, the 20, the 100, the 20, and the 1. It's 1 times 100, it's 20 times 5, and it's 100 times 1. Here you will get 100 play, and 1 equals to 34. 5 equals to 42, and 100. So should we be saying 100 or 100? So we're going to go 100, I think, is red, which is part of another word I have to go back to. Hue, 29, birth, 29, 39, 43. Plus 4 equals to 47. Hund, red, equals to 74. 29 and 14, 39, 43, 47 and 27. 47 and 27 is 74. So 100 also goes to Jesus' energy at time. So when we put all these together, okay, 74, 34, 42, 74, we get 11, 06, 07. So the one in between the 1 and 100 is 5. Can we call that the 50? But now we're not going to get into that story. So 4, this is 10, 11, 14. The total is 5 and 1, and we come down to what Mars is. 11. Oh yeah, we did it on that side. Don't want to do it again. Here we end up with 24. And this is the gate. The gate 1410. 1440 plus creation. Minutes in a day. How do you want to look at it? This is within the sun, and this is the mirror. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. If we want to do this one, we're going to go B, C, D, and E. 5 and 4 is 9, and 5 is 14. This one is 10, and this is 14. Are there any other ways to do it? To do this one? No, there is not. Is there any way to do this one? Yeah, we can remove some letters. If you want to go a little bit down, how can we do 10? We can do B and H. We can do C and G, number 37. Very big in creation, because after that, it is a D and F. So if we're going one up into the mirror, that means that mirror is 64. DC works out the mathematics, and that's the house we're in. Raphael, keeping it short, 7286. I will finish with this one. Thank you for watching this video.